Oregon's youth mental health crisis, Oregon Health and Science University is investing millions of dollars to deploy the latest technology to address the ongoing crisis.
Now, OHSU has been awarded $16 million in a grant for machine learning to help diagnose children more precisely. What is machine learning? We're going to talk about it. Joining us now to talk about this effort and machine learning is Dr. Bonnie Nagel, professor of psychiatry and director of OHSU's Center for Mental Health Innovation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Appreciate the time. Let's start with that question right there. What is machine learning?
Sounds really fancy. It's basically using a type of artificial intelligence to teach machines to predict outcomes, essentially. And so unlike ChatGPT, where the outcomes are learned from the internet, we give it all the information it needs so that it can make good predictions.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So how exactly is this being applied then to mental health care, and in particular with some of our younger patients?
So at OHSU, my colleague Joel Nigg and myself have been studying how to predict outcomes with various local and national data sets for many years. And essentially we're planning to take that and do it at even larger scale to predict outcomes like who has ADHD, who's at risk for depression, who might develop worsening suicidality.
So then how do you take that information and apply it to people on an everyday scale, right? You know, how do we address the crisis with this information?
So one of the challenges, I think, in clinical care is the ability to rapidly treat and diagnose kids, right? And so this is taking the science, testing whether it will work in clinics so that we could then deploy it there and be able to do that more efficiently and more rapidly.
I know that's one of the things with, one of the parallels that mental health can often draw with some physical ailments is that early intervention can often lead to better outcomes. So particularly when we're looking at children, why is early intervention so important with some mental health conditions?
There are so many things we can do to prevent worsening outcomes. And so if we are able to predict early who's at higher risk, we can use those interventions to prevent things from getting worse.
So with this new system and you take this data, how is this going to streamline the efficiency, compared to how you're doing it, I guess, before AI was really involved in trying to detect and solve these problems?
Well, I think for many kids, let's think of a diagnosis of ADHD. There's so many different things that go into making that diagnosis. But if we know the most important features that predict whether a child has that diagnosis or not, and can tell a clinician that right ahead of time, think about how much more quickly that person can get treatment.
Sure. There's also, I think, just the overall stigma that can come along with mental health care. And I'm curious, by applying things like machine learning to the field of mental health, something like machine learning that is applied to so many other things, does that have an impact on the stigma you think that maybe would come along with identifying and treating some of these conditions?
I don't know that it's really going to impact the stigma efforts, although I do think we're making a lot of headway there. I do think it'll really make, the place that it's going to make the most difference is in efficiency and ability to get care.
When do you expect to see the impacts of this kind of start to play out and unfold?
It'll be a while. Science is a little bit slow, but this is a really important effort in testing whether this will work in clinics. And if it were, it's something we could pretty readily move into the clinic space. So think of it in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still a great start and a great initiative there.
Absolutely. And by focusing on some of the mental health treatment when kids are younger, before they reach adulthood, do you expect that there could be a long-term benefit as these kids grow throughout their life, in having some of these eyes on them early?
Oh, of course, of course. I'm a huge proponent of prevention, right? If we can stop something in its tracks, we will definitely impact outcomes in a positive way.
Yeah, I think that's great. Well, Dr. Bonnie Nagel, really appreciate your time. I think it's fascinating to learn about, and again, an important initiative here. So appreciate you joining us here on AM Extra.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you were here. And to learn more. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's one of those cool things to see what machine learning can do that doesn't scare me. Like, this seems like something really helpful.
This is true. This is positive.
Yeah.
This is good. To learn more about OHSU Center for Mental Health Innovation, you go to ohsu.edu. Well, it is 7:37 and up.